The governors of Florida and Mississippi have declared states of emergencies for both states as subtropical storm Alberto moves into the Gulf of Mexico.
And then boom.
A tropical troublemaker, a tropical depression.
All along the Gulf Coast, city and state leaders are urging residents to prepare.
So it's going to be windy, it's going to be wet, there's going to be the chance of severe weather as well.
What are you talking about? Let's go.
Now we are following the tropics closely as we get in toward the 2018 Atlantic hurricane season. Again, mind you, that kicks off Friday, June the 1st.
Hurricanes and other tropical storms can be deadly. More people are killed by hurricanes than any other storms.
That's a problem.
Fair enough.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Well, here's the good news.
It's main event time.
Weather is weird, that is perfectly clear.
Does it feel like the weather has just been really weird this year?
Oh, so you gotta start watching things very carefully.
I don't know if you know this. THORNEWS is for winners, and that's why you're here. So stick around.
I don't know what's going on.
Active volcanoes.
So here we go.
Things are looking increasingly unsettled.
A lot of weather going on at the moment.
Beware.
This is a slow-moving system.
Slow-moving hurricanes produce more rain, causing more damage from flooding than fast-moving hurricanes.
And this is a slow-moving system.
The real concerns about this massive cloud dominating the scene across parts of the Gulf of Mexico at the moment.
We have a new center of circulation for subtropical storm Alberto.
So long story short, a whole lot of rain is coming your way.
That's going to bring huge amounts of rain across parts of Florida, up towards Georgia, through the Gulf states. Some really vicious, thundery downpours.
It's going to be a lot of rain. We'll probably have some power outages.
So there's quite a bit going on here.
And it's going to be a problem, regardless of what it ends up being.
Now, it has been raining in Florida for the better part of the week, and a lot more rain is on the way.
We've already had quite a bit of rain throughout the southeast. Parts of southeast Florida and also Raleigh, North Carolina, that metro area, have been hit hard. Fort Lauderdale, I believe, has had double digits amount of rain so far this month.
Now look at all this rain Florida has seen just in the month of May alone. It comes in way higher than what the average rain total should be.
Downpours are pretty much a daily occurrence, and the weather in Miami is set to go downhill.
And these areas of rain are going to kind of merge together.
It means all along the Gulf, from New Orleans off to Florida, it is going to be a soaker.
And that could lead to some areas with some flooding potential in the forecast.
It'll bring all that moisture into the interior, so we'll be watching that rain spreading through the days to come. Flooding is possible.
Flooding that could be widespread and quite dangerous continues into next week.
We are going to see a chance for tropical downpours for a huge area of the south, and this is where we could see even severe weather. This is our forecast into early next week from New Orleans, even inland areas like Montgomery, Alabama, and right down the Florida Peninsula. And yes, tornadoes cannot be ruled out in this situation.
Water levels, they'll be on the rise. Looking at a potential storm surge here for at least 2 to 4 feet. Battering waves on top of that could reach as high as 8 to 12 feet. We have tropical storm warnings around the dry Tortugas and tropical storm watches west coast of Florida up to the north central Gulf.
It'll make landfall sometime Sunday night into Monday, maybe Florida, possibly Alabama, possibly the Mississippi coastline there, maybe even Louisiana a little bit.
Landfall of Alberto is expected late Monday or early Tuesday along the northern Gulf Coast. Alberto is expected to strengthen and move slowly toward the Gulf Coast throughout the holiday weekend.
So we're talking significant wind, rain, and seas.
Oil companies have evacuated workers for some oil platforms in the Gulf of Mexico. The governor of Mississippi says that the National Guard will be available to respond if necessary.
Tell me, why are you so good to me?
Shall I climb up and tell you why?
So here we go again.
If it's happening